Barnaby loves life on the farm. The rolling hills, the sweet grass, the warm sun on his wool. Except when the shepherds come to snip, snip, snip it away. When the dreaded day arrives with the shepherd's shears, Barnaby makes a daring escape. Freedom feels like an adventure at first, but soon Barnaby discovers it's not all he imagined. When hunger and loneliness set in, Barnaby begins to realize that maybe, just maybe, home with his shepherd isn't so bad after all. Join Barnaby on his journey of courage, discovery, and the joy of coming home. Barnaby the Runaway Sheep by Maria and Antonia, a heartwarming tale of trust, friendship, and belonging. Available wherever books are sold.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the virtual book launch for Barnaby the Runaway Sheep. I'm Sophia. You might remember me from the last book launch, The Christmas Elephant, with my sister, Olivia, and we helped co-host that. So let's welcome my Aunt Maria on the release of her second picture book. Yeah!
Hi, thank you. Before we begin, we're going to do just a few housekeeping items. We're going to be playing some games, and we hope that you will join in the fun. But to participate, you're going to need to use the chat. So you'll find the chat box at the bottom of your screen. If you want to just open that up right now, and well, I'll let Sophia continue on with what to do
Yeah,
there.
you can just put a quick message to know that you're there. You can tell us where you're from. I see some people already have found the chat box, which is great. If you want to stay here but remain incognito, that's okay too. We're just glad you're here. Forehead. Yeah, look at that. Kim
So we
A.
got
Larson.
Kim, and I saw Anna was in there,
There we
and
go.
there's
Annette from
Annette
Rapids, Michigan.
and
Yeah.
Ariel from Queens, and there's Stephanie, who I'm assuming that is from Tennessee, Stephanie. And there's Kathleen. Hi, Kathleen. Oh, and Stina from San Antonio. So nice that you could all make it. We're going to begin um, with our first game. And this game is called Fact or Fiction. So Sophia and I are both going to tell you a one sentence story. So we'll do it like each in a turn. So like I'm going to begin. So I will say a one sentence story and you get to ask questions and Sophia will also ask me questions to flesh out this story and you have to figure out is the story true or if is the story false? So is it fact or fiction? And to make it easier, because both fact and fiction begin with F, we're going to use the true or false. So if you think when the story is over and we're ready to figure out, we're ready to give a verdict, we'll ask you to put a T if you think the story is true, or an F if you think the story is false. So just a quick look at the people before we go into the story. So we have people from Kitchener and from St. Catharines the Great, Saskatoon, Cape Cod. We have Vinton, Iowa. Oh, that's Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. And we have Kentucky. That's Krista. Hello, welcome, welcome. Okay, so we're going to start with, I guess that's me. I'm going to start with a story. And when Sophia and I were practicing, I did not have my stories ready, but I do now. So here we go. All right, which one to pick? Okay. I once won a writing contest by mistake.
Okay. How old were you?
So I was in high school.
Okay. And what was there a theme for the writing contest or could you just write whatever?
I think we could write whatever we wanted. So yeah, it all had to do with like a mix up.
Okay, so
It wasn't
what
really
did,
so I my content wasn't really good enough. But like yeah, go ahead.
so how did it get mixed up?
Well, see, there was another Maria in my high school, and she was an exchange student from Spain. Okay.
With the
And
same last name?
no, no, no. Just they introduced Maria, but they got us mixed up. They used my last name, but they got it mixed up which Maria it was. And the thing is, it should have been obvious that it was her and not me because it yeah, it was something to do with Spain. And my
Oh,
Spanish is not good enough.
okay.
She
So
like
was
came from Spain.
her story was written with like Spanish like
Oh
phrases in
yeah,
it,
it was like it like there's no way I could have done that.
and they got it mixed up?
They got it mixed up and they announced me as the winner. Yeah.
Did they
On the
announce
stage,
you?
like in the auditorium.
Okay. In the auditorium, and you have to go up there and like get a certificate or something?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I knew it wasn't me. And it was really embarrassing. Like I was like in
Okay,
grade 10.
I think, oh, okay, we have a question. Did you win anything?
Well, no, I actually didn't win because it was really her who won. So, but
Okay,
yet
so
it was a huge mix up. And did we win? Like, no, we just won accolades. Like, yeah, there's the winner. Won the
okay.
applause of our peers. But yes, it was a total fiasco. Like, it was not good. But yeah.
So did they fix it? Like did they go, "Oh no, this is what's
Well,
happening."
yeah, I think I don't really remember this part very well, like because I hated saying making mistakes. But yes, it was rectified in the end, but not on stage.
Okay. Well, we have some guesses. I think the majority is true. There's three falses in there that I can see so far.
All right,
But
you're the team leader. You have to figure out do you go what you're with part of your which part of your team are you going with? The true team or the false team?
I think there's more true, and I personally I think it's a true story. I don't think you made that up. That sounds like something that sounds plausible. Just I go with
Okay.
true.
Okay. So the answer is false.
What?
There is some truth to that story. Okay, and the reason why I like to play this game because as an author, I will take a story like that and make my own like take a true part of the story and make my own story. So no, I did not win a writing contest. There really was though a exchange student from Spain that I went to high school with, and we the true part of that, I mean, she once made a tortilla in 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 cooking class and or geography class. I can't remember if she was in my cooking class or my geography. I think if she was in my geography class, and she made a tortilla, and I'm the only one who knew what that was. It was a Spanish egg omelet, and I love tortilla. So anyhow, there really was another Maria, but no, we did not battle it out. But I would if that had happened. Oh, I don't think I would. I would have just collected the thing and just left and then sorted it out later. Okay. All right,
Wow. Okay.
Sophia.
Well, congratulations to the people who guessed false. They got it. Yeah.
And sorry.
Shocking lie. Okay. Yes. Here's mine. The last time I played hot cross buns, I got a hot cross bun.
So we're talking about like the song Hot Cross Buns.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah.
playing that? Okay.
Yep. I played it.
And someone gave you a hot Okay, here we go. We have a question. On what instrument were you playing?
The recorder.
And someone
Yep.
gave you a hot cross bun?
Well, it wasn't just anyone. See, I got it. Cobb's Bread was doing a fun
Oh.
thing. where you go in and they gave me a free hot cross
Bob's
bun.
bread is nice bread.
Yeah, it's really
Okay.
good.
The fact that you know what Cobb's bread is, that's making me think it might be true. But like, how old were you? When did this happen?
This happened on March 1st of this year.
So just recently. And
Yeah.
hot cross buns, I mean, it's like kind of a Lent thing. And Lent starts,
I didn't know that.
okay, are you
Yeah.
playing recorder in college?
Listen,
That's a question.
I dusted it off and I picked it back. It's three notes. I just did it.
So now one more
But
quick question. So how did you get a spun from Cobb's bread?
they were doing a special thing where if you go in and you play it,
Oh, you had to play it.
they'll look at you and it's
And
like
did
kind
any
of like
this hot cross bun? Okay.
she was a
This
little
is
bit
this is
better
a good
than
promo.
me.
This is a good
Yeah,
promo. Like what a
unintentional promo.
okay. So did anybody else in your family play as well? Yeah, so Olivia. Olivia, that's the question. It's false. Oh, like, do you like hot cross buns? Here's a
Yeah,
question
it
for
was
you.
a
If it,
bad one.
if it came from Cobb's, I'm gonna say anything from Cobb's. Well, someone thinks it's false. There's a couple people that think it's false. Oh, what do we think? It's true or it's time? No, I don't know. Do you have time? Does this happen on Monday? Do you have time
Um,
to go to Cobb's bread?
yeah, it was on a Saturday.
I was on a Saturday. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, you know what? But one, two, three, four, and we have one, two, three. Okay, it might. Most of the people are going with true, and the Cubs bread thing might. It's kind of tipping me. Okay, we're gonna go for true.
Yep. It's true.
It is true. Yeah.
I was listening to Spotify and then I heard a recorder playing Hot Cross Buns and then a voice goes, on March 1st, you could get a free hot cross bun if you go in and apply. Yeah, that was a good time.
Okay, that was a great idea for that. Okay. Um, let's see. Where are we? We are almost at. Do you think we have time for one more, Sophia? We have like 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure, we can do one
To
more.
do one more? Okay, you guys ready? Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna do one more. Oh, someone saw the promotion. They would have known. Okay. All right. Okay. After experimenting with cutting my own hair, I had to live with the consequences. True or
Um,
false?
so how did you cut like a lot of your hair or just
No,
bangs?
just my bangs. Yeah.
Okay, that I feel like that's something that we're getting. How old were you?
Okay. I was about 13.
Really? Okay. And
Yeah,
you
I
just
know. It's
had to,
something that usually like you would do like when you're like 4, but no, I was 13
yeah. You're, why were you cutting your bangs?
because they were getting a little long and I didn't I like you'll find this when we read the book. Like Barnaby also has a fear of getting his wool cut. And I never really liked it when my mom would cut my hair. And I never really liked it when it just cut. It was just so I decided I'm gonna do this myself. And I did, except like I went way up here. Because when you
Oh.
pull your hair down, it and then you cut up and all of a sudden it was like it was up here. Like it was practically bald on top.
And you just, what did you do about it? Did you wear a hat?
Nothing. I just had to wear it. Like I didn't tell anybody I had done it. We were maybe even at my grandma's, or we went to my grandma's after that because we have a picture of me with the hair.
You just had to walk around. Okay, someone's asking, what was your hair wet?
Don't remember if I did it dry or wet. It might have been wet and then it dried, of course, shorter because that
Okay.
seems to happen.
Okay.
Okay.
Krista knows where you're coming from. I also have been there. Yep.
As short
Okay.
as this?
I feel like I have my answer.
Okay. All right. True or false,
If,
guys? It's time
if you
because
want, okay, one false, true, 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 true. Okay, I think we're gonna go with true.
we're going to go with true. It
Yep.
is actually very much true. I
Yeah,
did.
there
I
we
was
go.
about 13 years old, and yeah, I have a picture somewhere. I don't know where it is. I was actually kind of looking for it, so if I could share it with you. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the picture. But yeah, we were at it's me at my grandma's, and I have like hair like it's like really this short. It's just yeah, and I've always liked bangs, so that I learned not to cut my hair that short. Okay,
Oh
well
dear.
we are on to our next segment, which is I'm going to read the book. So Sophia is going to disappear for a little bit, and we're going to read the book. So I just so you know, I have been it this week is Read Across America week. Sunday was Dr. Seuss's birthday, and I guess to kick that off, we do Read Across America week. And I have been reading this book to various schools. Let's see, yesterday I read in Utah, on Connecticut was Monday, Connecticut and Utah, and then today I read in Missouri and Arizona. Let me just check. Yes, it was Arizona. And tomorrow I'm in Kansas. That is just, and then I think I go to Idaho and Pennsylvania later on in the week. But anyhow, so I've had lots of practice this week reading the book. So here it is, Barnaby the Runaway Sheep. Okay. I find I have to just get myself in the right position. So Barnaby the Runaway Sheep by me, Maria Antonia, with illustrations by Sayani Mukherjee. Oh, all right. All right. Life was good on the farm. Barnaby especially liked when the tall shepherd gave his call. And I'm going to stop right here because I always forget. I am going to ask those of you who would like to participate to help me with the shepherd's call. So the shepherd's call goes like this. You have to cup. This is what I do with the kids uh, at the schools. You have to cup your mouth like this, and you go. This is the shepherd's call. It goes ooh wee. So I will let you know when that's coming up, and then you have to join in on your end. Okay, so let's start again. Life was good on the farm. Barnaby especially liked when the tall shepherd gave his call. You ready? Ooh wee! Barnaby's ears twitched, and whoosh! Dad, the small shepherd cried. Barnaby's always first. Barnaby celebrated with his wiggle dance. But there was one thing Barnaby dreaded, shearing time. The thought of the snip, snip, snip of the clippers made Barnaby's knees quiver and quake. Barnaby did like the tall shepherd, especially when he gave his call. Ready? Ooh wee! And Barnaby loved how the small shepherd scratched his back. They were good shepherds, but still, Barnaby worried, and I don't blame him. There's the clippers. Hey, Dad, the small shepherd called. Is tomorrow the big day? That's right, the tall shepherd replied. Time to shear that wool. Barnaby had to hide. The next morning, the tall shepherd gave his call. Look, Dad, Barnaby's playing hide and seek. Barnaby needed a different plan. Slosh, sploop, splash. Oh, Barnaby, the small shepherd cried. Your wool's all wet. The tall shepherd shook his head. We'll have to wait till he's dry. Barnaby just had to escape. He pushed and pried until something popped. He squeezed through the hole and Barnaby scampered away from the farm and those scary clippers. Soon he found a cave, perfect for hiding. Barnaby did his wiggle dance. The next day, Barnaby found the perfect patch of grass, but a funny feeling gnawed at his belly, a funny feeling that never left, even when he wasn't hungry. It was like something was missing. Weeks went by. Sometimes Barnaby heard a distant ooh-wee. He remembered how the small shepherd would scritch, scritch, scratch his back. But then he recalled those awful clippers. Snip, snip, snip. No, he'd never go back. Not in a million years. As time passed, Barnaby's wool got thicker and thicker and thicker, and soon he could barely see or move. He lay there hot, haggard, and oh, so hungry. Nighttime brought strange howling sounds. Oh, bah, Barnaby whimpered. He knew what the funny feeling was now. He wanted to go home to the tall shepherd, the small shepherd, and all the other sheep. Ow! The howling was closer now. Barnaby crept back to his cave. Then Barnaby heard something. Ooh-wee! Could it be? Bah! Barnaby called. Did you hear that, Dad? Came the small shepherd's voice. There he is. Bah! Look at all that wool. Strong arms wrapped around Barnaby. We'll take care of that. Then Barnaby heard it. Snip, snip, snip. Bah! Hold still, Barnaby, came the tall shepherd's soothing voice. Don't worry, the small shepherd whispered. Dad won't hurt you. Barnaby squeezed his eyes shut. But the small shepherd was right. Snip. If he held still, snip, it didn't hurt one bit. Snip. When they were done, Barnaby's stomach growled. The tall shepherd fed him some sweet, delicious grass. Barnaby happily munched as the small shepherd scritch, scritch, scratched his back. Barnaby followed the tall shepherd back to the pasture, but ran ahead when he saw the other sheep. Barnaby's ears twitched, and he did his wiggle dance. The end. So that is the end of the story.
Yeah. Was the word haggard in there? Did I hear that correctly?
I think so. Hot,
That's like
haggard.
that's a great word.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite word recently. So
Well,
I
there
was
you go.
surprised to hear it. Yeah,
There.
haggard. It's good.
Haggard. Barnaby, there it is.
Yeah,
Right.
excellent. Okay. So now it's time for some questions. Aunt Marie, did you want to go into how it it's gonna be
Right.
done?
So yeah, so if anybody wants to if anyone has a question for me, so this is the Q&A session. If anyone has a question, just put it into the chat and Sophia then will ask it. So we'll start. Sophia has a few questions for me to begin with. So go ahead, Sophia.
Awesome. So the first one is, where did you get the idea for this story?
So this story originally came, I think it was from, I saw a social media post back in like January of 2020. This is before the world fell apart. And I saw this post. I wish I kept a copy of it, but I didn't. I just saw it, and it was a picture of Barnaby, or not Barnaby, the picture of Shrek the sheep. So I'll show you a picture of Shrek the sheep, but she's in the back of the book. But yes, so this Barnaby story is based on this sheep, a real sheep named Shrek, and he lived in New Zealand. And he really did, he ran away from his shepherds, lived in a cave for 6 years. And he was so woolly, like, and he couldn't, that hot, haggard, and hungry line, that actually came from um, my reimagining of what they said he couldn't move. He was so hungry, like he was practically starving by the time because he couldn't move. He was so the wool was filled with bugs and dirt and this I love how Sayani does this right here. Like you just like there that's Shrek. And so it came with the story of this real sheep, and then I paired it with the parable of the lost sheep, and I put those two together and created Barnaby's story. So I initially, when I first wrote it, I wrote it kind of as a poem, and it was with Shrek as the protagonist. And then I decided to make it into maybe a magazine story or I was thinking a picture book. And then I realized, I didn't know the side, like all the true, I didn't want to go down the research hole of like, well, or getting permission from the real owners. So I decided to change the name and I changed the name to Brutus. So this guy originally was going to be called Brutus. And then one of my critique partners said, Brutus is kind of a not quite. They didn't think it was the right name for this little wiggle dancing sheep, and they were absolutely right. So I went with Barnaby, and I think Barnaby is a bit much better name, and that's how Barnaby's story came to be. So
That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's really cool. Um, uh, my second question is, what's your favorite illustration?
ah, so my favorite. Okay, I have kind of two, but I mean, I love them all. But I think this is the one I really love. I love this moon one. It's like, I don't know, what's he trying to be like a wolf, but he's howling in the moon. He wants to go home. So that's I think I love that one. And then the other one I really like, I just love what Sayani did with the perspective. I love this over the head shot. And there's Barnaby right there. So I love that. And I love that you have to kind of search for him. Yeah. So
Yeah, that's great. And did you want to talk about your illustrator? Like what was the process like getting all like the sheet like done, like have the right look?
so yeah, so I worked with so I mainly communicated with her. Actually, I pretty much only communicated with her through my editor, and she communicated with Sayani, and then I would send things. So, like for example, Annette would ask. She would say, "Well, what kind of clippers do you want? You want the electric kind?" I'm like, "No, I want Barnaby to be scared of these. I mean, you guys could be scared of electric clippers. I really wanted these scary clippers right here. So I researched I watched YouTube videos on how sheep are sheared, and I watched them with the electric clippers, and I loved how they did it with these ones, like the old fashioned kind, and I thought I would be more scared of these. I was Barnaby. So I decided to do that. And so I showed her, I actually sent her, I found pictures and I sent that. So also, like Annette asked me, well, what do you want the small shepherd to look like? So I sent some pictures of, well, some kid like this, and then the dad to kind of look like this. And yeah, so that can't remember if I had anything else that I think that was pretty much it. And then Sayani did all the rest. And I have a blog post. So after the book was all finished, I emailed Sayani and said, would she like to do a interview? And I asked her about her art process at that point, and she said yes. And so we did sort of a Q&A on my blog, and it was posted today. And she has lots of information about, some of her drawings and that sort of thing. I'm going to need some water here. A lot of talking today.
Yeah, that's
But
very
yeah, so
cool.
so that is she if you want to go to my blog, that is a really cool interview. And I mean, she talks about her she grew up in India and then moved to Ireland. So, and then she's like has real she saw like some of her story. She shows pictures of what kind of inspired some of these drawings in Ireland. So anyhow, go to go to my blog and read that. That it's a great interview, and I'm very glad that she gave us so much information.
Yeah, that's awesome. Annette also noted that because Sayani lives in Ireland that she sees sheep, so that's cool.
Yeah.
And then Eliza's asking, what was your favorite animal story to read to your nieces and nephews? Um, Eliza's accepting your top two stories. Okay.
Um, top stories. So there was this one book, and I still have it. It's called, what's it called? It's like It's Not Easy Being a Bunny.
Yeah,
Do you remember
I
that?
remember that one. Yep.
Yep. I love that. That was like one of my favorite. I didn't mind reading that one over and over and over again. And um, I, was there another one that we would read all the time? That one for
I
sure.
Yeah, mainly remember
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
PJ Funny Bunny, right? And
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
not easy being, and he's like, he tries to be this bird, and yeah, I do know that one for sure. So that's the top one. If if I can think of something else, I'll let you know. But yeah, there's my top
Um,
one.
Someone else is asking how long did it take you to write the book?
So the book itself, like a picture book, I can usually write a quick first draft in in a day, but it's never really good. Like it needs somebody's help. So usually I let things sit, like and work on other projects, work on other stories, other yeah, whatever. And and then when I have a draft that I'm so my first draft or it's almost called almost a zero draft. I don't even use punctuation sometimes. I just like sometimes I just do it in like dialogue, just start writing. So that usually sits for a little bit. In this case, I wrote a poem about Shrek, and that I just let sit, and I didn't do anything with it. And then a couple of weeks later, I'll go to it, and then I'll start crafting a story. And so this one started. My very first draft is I think if I remember correctly, it was dated in about January, February of 2020. And I don't think I did anything with it much till about 2021. And then it went to my critique partners. I started with a different kind of short story. I thought it was going to be for a magazine. And then I changed it over to a picture book. And that's, things change. So it went to Stephanie, my agent, I believe in 2022. And that's when it first went out to publishers. And then Paraclete picked it up in 2023, and now it's being published in 2025. So from 2020 to 5 years, that's how long it took. I mean, I wasn't writing the whole time, and some of that was like Sayani had to like draw the pictures, and yeah. So that's how long it takes.
Wow.
Oh, Who is My Mother?
Another,
That's a good one. That's a
yeah,
good book. Yep.
yeah. Another question is, do you have anything you're working on right now?
I have so many things I'm working. Well, okay, right now, all I'm doing is like posting on Instagram, it feels like, and getting ready for this and doing a lot of school visits. So I'm doing a lot of emails and such. I'm not even, I took all my library books back. Like I'm not even reading library books right now, which, that's going to last, maybe for the part of March, and then things will settle down. Yes, I have lots of stories. So there's some stories that are that Stephanie has that are out to editors right now. But yeah, no, I have some picture books in various stages. So some that are really early, some that are like, oh, I think this is going to be really cool. I working on one about a parakeet. So yeah, there's lots of different ones that that I'm working on.
Nice. Sylvia's asking, how did you find an agent?
Through a lot of hard work. So basically, I mean, this is something that I did a lot of research in that very way. You research the different agents that you might want to um, submit your work to. Now with picture books, what you do is you have to, and I found out this the hard way, you have to have a polished manuscript, but at least I would say two to three other polished manuscripts to go with that first one. Um, I know that another agent really liked, for example, my Christmas Elephant uh, manuscript. That was the very first one that went out to agents, and I had a beautiful manuscript. Agent loved it. She said, "Show me more." I had more, but they weren't quite up to par. So, but yeah, then later I worked really hard on getting those other um, manuscripts ready, and you just have to research, look online. There's like a manuscript wish list, has agents and editors, and yeah, you just submit. You. I would really recommend you need critique partners first. Make sure your work is good enough to submit, and then yeah, the be prepared for a lot of rejection because that's part of the game. Yep.
Hmm. And you mentioned the Christmas elephant, so I'm wondering if there's any elephants in this book, maybe?
So this is one thing I almost forgot to mention. Yes, because of the Christmas elephant, and I've kind of taken the elephant on as sort of my sort of mascot, if you will, because it's my first published book. I asked uh, if Sayani could put an elephant somewhere in this book. And the thing is, like, it takes place on a farm and like in the wilderness. There are no elephants there. Like it just so I asked, I gave her some suggestions of what she could do, and so it was really neat to see what she did. So anyhow, I'll see if you can find the elephant. I do this with when I do a school visit. See if they can find the elephant. I got to find the page first. Oh, here, no, not that one. Here we go. See if you can find the elephant. Let's,
Oh, I do see a toy elephant, but
there
not
it
quite
is.
there.
That's the
Oh
elephant.
wow, that's smart.
Right
That's very
there.
clever.
That's what she did. Yeah. So, and
Nice.
for those of you who do have the book, apparently there's another. Well, apparently I know there's another one. Someone was looking at the book and they go, "Oh, there's another one on another page." So you have to find it in the book. 'Cause I forgot that I didn't realize it was there, or I'd forgotten. But anyhow, there are two little toy elephants in the story. So
Yeah.
that's my little Easter egg is in there.
Yeah. And a final question. What is the best way that we can support your book?
Okay, so every single one of you have heard, well, I mean, assuming you came in when I was reading the story, have read the story now. I've heard it read to you. And having reviews on Amazon they're very important. So you don't even have to buy the book on Amazon. You do have to have an Amazon account, but you can post a review of the book. You can also post on Goodreads, and that you don't need any. Even if you don't have an Amazon account, you can have a free account on Goodreads. Barnes and Noble will also let you um, post review, and the review does not have to be super long or detailed. You could just say, what a great book. My children loved it. Or my grandkids had a blast reading this book with me. Or this is a perfect gift for Easter. You could just say something really simple. Um, doesn't have to be long. But the other thing, if um, you could also request at your library to get Barnaby at your library. I just checked the World Catalog, and so far Barnaby is in, I think, is at least 12 libraries in the US that are listed. So you can request that. And what I'll do is I will send an email probably tomorrow to put all these links in. So it'll be easy for you to go to Amazon, go to Barnes and Noble, and it'll tell you what kind of information you'll need if you just put in a request at your library for this book. And then, that's one great way to support it. You can also buy this book. If you're not need it for yourself, you can buy it for your church library or your school library. Consider doing that as well.
Awesome. So do you think it's time for some giveaways, Aunt Maria?
I do. We have some giveaways for today. So first of all, anybody who pre-ordered the book, or even if you order it this week, um, we'll give it to you. If you let me know that you can send me a picture of you with the book, or you can send me a copy, like a picture of a snapshot of your receipt, wherever you buy it, doesn't matter. Uh, Let me know, and I will mail you a little pre-order package, which includes, let me show you this, let me make sure this is right, a bookmark, two bookmarks actually, that go together to create one. So you can keep one for yourself and give one to a friend. So they'll have bookmarks. There's like a postcard, and there'll be a signed book plate that you can put into your book. And then there's also some stickers that of Barnaby and the Small Shepherd. So there's some stickers that I will be sending out as well. So that is the pre-order package that you can. Now I'm only giving out so many, and I already have a small list of people who have already signed up for this. So if you've already signed up for it, don't worry, you're good. Um, and but yeah, if you haven't signed up for it and you would like, just let me know. Show me your book or show me your receipt, and I will send you some swag.
Nice. Now we're here today, right now. Today's your lucky day. So we're giving away a copy of Barnaby to a lucky winner in the US or Canada. And it comes down to being right here, right now. So get your typing fingers ready. Um, my Aunt Maria is going to ask a question, and you're gonna have to guess the answer. So put it in the chat. And then the closest guess to the right answer is going to win the book. Okay, so don't type yet. We're gonna count you down, but Aunt Maria is gonna tell
Okay.
you the question.
So this is the question. In this book, so including the cover, the back, how many sheep are in this book? If you were to count all the sheep, you're like here's one, here's some more. How many sheep are in this book? And yes, I counted every single one. And whether it's Barnaby or not, other sheep count as well. You can guess how many sheep are in the book. And I'll give you a hint. So with a picture book's about 32 pages. Okay. But remember, the cover would be 33, 34. All right. So Sophia, count them down.
All right, 3, 2, 1. We have 50, 99, 54, 40, 75, 62, 45, 34, 27, 67, 48, 53, 88. Anyone close yet?
I think I think somebody got it. The correct answer is 75.
75.
So
Go Eliza, looks like.
Eliza Doolittle gets it.
Wow.
So yeah, 75 sheep
Congratulations.
in here. So it was the one that was the hardest to count was one of my favorite pictures was this one, that one. And I had to count like parts of sheep as whole sheep. So yes, this one, I think on this page alone, do I have the my notes here? I can't remember if it was like, yeah, like there's on this page alone are there's like nine, I don't remember how many are on here. There's a lot. There's a lot on there. Just oh no. So yes.
Oh, sorry, Elizabeth. We've been calling you Eliza this whole time.
Well, I figured out who it was. Eliza,
Okay.
Lisa. So yeah, so Lisa, you won a copy of this book, and I will make sure I get that to you, and it will be a signed copy, obviously, and you'll get all the swag that goes with it. Okay. And is there anything else or do oh, we're right on time. We're ready to close up, I think. So
Okay.
yeah, so just to just a few little closing items. There are, by the way, other ways to win a book. Okay, so I am doing a blog tour, and like I said, I did an interview with my illustrator that went live today at my blog, and that also has a giveaway. So you can put in your email for that to possibly win. And there's multiple ways, like you can up your chances of winning by doing certain things. So yeah, so go in there and put your name in to possibly win. It's not just that one. There's going to be other blogs that are they're listed on my website as well, or on my blog. If you can click on there when when the date when they're between now and March 21st, they will be also be doing giveaways. So sign up for those, put your name in. You might just win um, a another or a book, and if you can give it away to somebody or keep it for yourself. Whatever you want to do. So um, there's another way. There's just a few other little things. You can also visit my website, mariaantoniawrites.com. You can sign up for my newsletter. I just sent one out that has different little activities that you can do. Well, let's see, I have something like this that went out, I think today, which is like a little activity that it's like you fold it and like you find out where's Barnaby. And there it is. So that's that. And there's some other and my poem is there. I changed the name from Shrek to Barnaby. So that's the only real I didn't actually touch it. I was considering should I send this to my critique partners to like polish it up a bit. No, I'm just going to show you what it was. I really didn't do anything other than change the name Barnaby. So you can read that poem. If you subscribe to my newsletter, even if you can always go in and if you can't access it because you've subscribed late or whatever, just send me an email. And I will, like I said, I will be sending an email with all the Amazon links, the links for Barnes and Noble for yeah, lots of different things. So and now it's time to say goodbye.
Thank you all for coming to the virtual book launch. Barnaby the Runaway Sheep is officially available wherever books are sold.
Yes. And finally, we're going to end with a sheep pun because I love puns. And the sheep pun is this. Will you be my book buddy? 'Cause reading together is always more fun. And
Bye.
bye.